Hey everybody, welcome back to DIY Boomboxes in Texas. My name is Phil, your host, and what I'm going to show you guys today, I've had a few requests on this, is I'm going to show you how to take any amplifier that has RCA jacks, and you can turn it into a Bluetooth amplifier. And this is the way I usually set up my amplifiers, and you can even do a car amplifier if you'd like to. As long as it's got RCA jacks you can plug in, you can turn a car amplifier into a Bluetooth amplifier. I actually did that with one of my projects. If you guys remember that cooler that had the big amplifier mounted inside the lid, the guy had actually brought me that amplifier. And that's what we used, and we turned it into a Bluetooth amp. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need first the Bluetooth board, which is these are the ones that I use right here. And there's different types that you can get. Drope does make one that's 12 volts, so you don't have to do any kind of modification. I prefer these boards right here. They don't have the Asian lady's voice on them. They have a little softer voice, and they're a little quieter as far as that goes. And the thing is, though, these run on 5 volts. So I'm going to show you how to step down your 12 volt system to 5 volts to be able to power this little Bluetooth board. So you're going to need a Bluetooth board. Obviously, you need an amplifier of some type. I got 2 different types here, and I'm going to show you the difference in a few minutes, that have RCA jacks on it. And this one's actually got Bluetooth built in, but the Bluetooth range is not real great on this amplifier, so that's why I go ahead and add my one. It's a really nice amplifier, though. Got the volume controls. And here's the larger amplifier I normally use. And here's Mr. Duke. Hello, Duke. We didn't get to visit with you last time. And so Mr. Duke decided to make an appearance. Hello, Duke. Show him your best side there. I don't know if you can really see him that good, because I got the camera angled kind of low. But hey, Duke, we gotta show everybody how to do this, okay? So you're gonna have to sit in my lap or go somewhere else. Why don't you go somewhere else for a little bit? Good kitty. Okay, got the Bluetooth board, your amplifiers. You're gonna need some RCA jacks. And they're going to be male RCA jacks on one end. Come on, Duke. No, you can't. Get this. Oh, goodness. Really, Duke? Okay, you can sit in my lap, but you cannot be on the table. Okay, sit right here. Sit right here. Okay, you want the RCA jacks to have the 3.5 millimeter, kind of like a headphone jack, if you will, connection on one end, and the regular RCA jack males on the other. And the reason we're going to need that is we're going to use this thing right here. This is called a ground loop isolator, and this is how it comes. It comes with a cord with the plug, and this end's going to plug into our Bluetooth board, and then this end right here is where you're going to plug in your RCA jacks. And what this does is a lot of times when you hook up these Bluetooth boards, you get like a humming sound or a buzzing sound. And this will eliminate that buzzing sound right there. And these are not expensive. These are about $6. Now you're also going to need some way to power the Bluetooth board. And we're going to use this cable right here. This goes from a regular USB to a micro USB. And the micro USB is going to plug into the Bluetooth board. And it's going to power the Bluetooth board. Well, you're probably thinking, okay. Because what happens is, when you plug this into a 12 volt source, it's going to come out 5 volts. So you'll be able to power your Bluetooth board with 5 volts. Now we're also going to use this adapter right here. Now this one's a little fancier than normal, but there's a pretty good deal on Amazon on these. You can get 2 for less than $10. And it doesn't matter which one of these you plug into. But this is, the cool thing is you got 12 volts coming in, and you've got 5 volts coming out. And that's what you're going to allow you to be able to power your Bluetooth board. Now I'm going to show you 2 different ways to power this, and one of the ways is, obviously, I will show you on this one here, is I actually soldered the wires on here. You're going to solder your positive wire up here, and your negative wire is going to solder here. And then you're going to run that to your switch, because you want to be able to hit your switch and turn this on and turn your amplifier on at the same time. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there I've talked to are not real comfortable soldering, and that's perfectly understandable. So I'm going to show you how to do this without soldering. And it's not that difficult. Now, one of the ways you could do this is you could buy a 12 volt female cigarette lighter socket and plug this in there and then wire that to your source. That's one way you could do that. But another way is, let me show you how we set all this up. So if you're going to start this, you're going to need some electrical tape, and you're going to need some positive and negative wires. So in this case, I'm just going to use, find my wire strippers here. I'm going to use yellow for my hot and blue for my ground wire. Now you go ahead and snip off, maybe a little bit more than that. You know, get a good inch on there, and go ahead and twist it up. And you can do the same thing here. You leaving Duke? All right, Duke's sitting in my lap right now. Get a good inch or so on there. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the ground wire. So take you a piece of electrical tape, go ahead and pop it off there, and lay your, try to do this for you guys. So lay your wire right here across this terminal right here, and make sure it's touching. Go ahead and put some tape on that and tape it down. And what you're going to do is take another piece of tape. You're going to go ahead and kind of wrap this around the terminal here, and you're going to tape that just like that. Make sure that's touching. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take some more electrical tape, and we're going to make sure this is nice and secure, just like that. Now you're probably wondering how you secure this. What I normally do is I normally have it sitting like this, facing down, and I run me a bead of hot glue right here and just kind of glue it in the corner and get it out of the way. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and get your Bluetooth, your connector here. And again, it doesn't matter which one of these you plug into. And you can get these at the drug store, dollar store, or whatever for a few bucks. You're going to plug that in there, and you're going to take the other end. Now, really important, these wires here, your positive and negative, your negative is going to go to ground, obviously. Your positive wire needs to go to the same switch that your amp is switching. And the reason is because you don't want this to turn on until you turn on the main power button to power your amp. So when the amp comes on, this is going to come on, and it's going to turn your Bluetooth board on at the same time. So everything comes on together. Now you're going to take your Bluetooth board right here, and you can see there's a plug right there for micro USB, and that just plugs in like this. Now the way I secure my board is I try to get my board up as high as I possibly can, and I just put some Velcro on the back here, and you get Velcro real cheap. They sell it at Hobby Lobby, other places. I get it on Amazon, and you're going to do that. Now what you're going to do then is you're going to take your amplifier. Now, this is a really nice amplifier right here. This is one I use in my larger, more powerful projects that have 6x9s or 6.5 inch speakers. This one is 160 watts a channel if you boost it. So to 30 volts. But for the, like I said, this just could be any old amplifier. So this is just an amplifier. Again, this amplifier has no Bluetooth. So it's just an amplifier without Bluetooth. So you're going to take your RCA jacks and match up the color. Plug them in, and obviously you're going to take your speaker wire so it can be your speakers. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this connection here and plug it into your ground loop isolator. And your ground loop isolator is going to plug into your Bluetooth board just like that. Very simple. So once you do that, again, you're going to have this going to power. This is going to be going to power. So you got the power wire here and the power wire here are both going to the switch. So now what's going to happen is when you turn on your power button to activate your amplifier, it's also going to turn on your Bluetooth board. And then the Bluetooth board is going to be feeding into the amplifier and into the speakers. So whatever you're playing on Bluetooth now on your phone is going to be playing through the amplifier. And that's how you turn a regular amplifier into a Bluetooth amplifier. Very, very simple. Now, again, I'm going to plug this here. This amplifier here real nice amp by the way. This one's 100 watts times 2. This one here has the volume control and separate bass and separate treble. I like it. Again, this one has Bluetooth built into it. The only thing is, this Bluetooth board only gets you about 12 feet. It's not that great. So we're going to go ahead and, I love the amp though. So again, we're going to go ahead and just plug them in. And there you go. And of course, plug in the power. Now this particular board, the only thing about this board is you have to solder your speaker wires on. So if you're not good at soldering, I wouldn't recommend this board. But the rest of them, you know, a lot of times you just screw down the terminals. But again, you can take a board that has Bluetooth built into it, and if it has RCA jacks on it, you can go ahead and turn it into a Bluetooth board as well, just like this. But just for the main sake, again, you can take any amplifier as long as it's got RCA jacks, no matter how small or, again, how big. You could have a big, huge, giant car amp if you want to. Got a really powerful system you're building and you want to add Bluetooth to it. This is all you do. Once again, just have your RCA jacks, go into your ground loop isolator. The ground loop isolator plugs into the board. The board is 5 volts, so you're going to have your 5 volt miniature USB to the regular USB, and then this goes on at 12 volts. So that's basically it. There's really not a whole lot to it. I actually prefer to do it this way because I really like these little boards. Again, it has a really nice lady's voice. Doesn't have that annoying Asian lady's voice. And it plays a little tone when it connects. And it works really, really well. Only thing is you've got to be real gentle not to yank on these because you can break these little terminals right here when it plugs in. So just be real gentle when you're plugging everything into the board. These boards are fragile. And again, just put you some Velcro on the back and just stick it kind of high up on the wall in your build. And again, I put Velcro on the bottom of my amplifiers as well, and just stick those on the wall. And just go ahead and take some zip ties. And see, these wires here are about 4 feet, so I kind of, you know, shorten them up a little bit, make it look nice and neat with some zip ties. Zip ties are your friend. Now, I just ordered some shorter cables. I ordered some 1.5 foot cables, so it should make it a little easier. And you can also take these wires here and tuck them up, or you can use these little things right here that you stick on the wall and then run your zip tie to it, and you can zip tie your wires to the wall. It works really well also. Alright, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll try to put links in the description of these parts, and if I don't, just ask me and I'll give you a link. The amplifiers here, I get these from Amazon, eBay, because they're cheaper on eBay than they are on Amazon. These I actually get from Amazon. Really nice amp. They're about $25. Again, whatever amp you choose, as long as it's got RCA jacks built into it, regardless if it has Bluetooth or not, you'll be able to use your little Bluetooth board right here. And these little Bluetooth boards work pretty good. You get about 40 to 45 feet in a metal ammo box. In a cooler, you're going to get a little bit further, you know, maybe 60 feet. But this is what I use on 90% of my builds that I use Bluetooth on. I really, really like this setup. So, hope this answers your question, guys, of how to turn any amplifier into a Bluetooth amplifier. And again, like I said, you can solder this connection right here, like I did here. If you know how to solder, I actually prefer to solder it myself because it's not going to come undone. But if you don't know how to solder, or if you're not comfortable soldering, you can just tape the wires down like I did here. Just make sure it's a good tight connection, and put plenty of electrical tape on there. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you all my new subscribers, and we're getting close to 800 now. And thank you guys so much for watching. I got some new builds coming up really soon. Got a new cooler build I'm working on. Hopefully have that up this weekend. And I got some other builds I'm starting in about a week. And so it's really cool stuff going on. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay tuned on my cool projects. If you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Best way to ask me a question is go to my Facebook group called I Love All Things Radio and Audio. And we have a lot of people there that are smarter than me who can also help answer your questions. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.